TV gukunyita ugeni thiini wa mohoro maitu ma thaa mugwanja ikireketie kwihanda wega thaa mugwanja cia kana thaa mugwanja cia miaraho umuthi ari ni tariki 10 mweri wa gatatu mwaka wa 2026 gukunyita ugeni thiini wa mohoro maitu ma GTN atwana gakoana giteo kinene muno ukorwo ukinyitanira na ithuĩ ngorwo ngikumenyithia maria makoretwo makihanika guku bururi-ini na kuraya na Kenya ngorwo ngikumenyithia maria tukoretwo tukuhariirie metha-ini no itu ya mohoro na ngakuririkania ungenda kwaraniria na ithuĩ no uthii harĩa mwena wa Facebook GTN TV Digital kana harĩa mwena wa YouTube GTN Digital TV. Niĩ njĩtagwo Rose Nduta na tukiambĩrĩria ni atĩ rĩu mũndũ no ahote kũgũra shares ciake kuma kambuni ya Kenya Pipeline kwambĩrĩria rĩu. Maya nĩ thutha wa President William Ruto kũhũrĩra ngengere wendia ũyũ kũrĩa ekĩrĩte cabi wendia wa shares ici. Thirikari ĩrendekithia kwendia gĩcunjĩ kĩa 65 harĩ igana gĩa shares cia KPC kũrĩa kĩgĩna kĩrĩa gĩkũnganio gĩgũturanĩrwo kĩgĩna-inĩ kĩa waki kĩa National Infrastructure Fund.
Of interest bill, you know, to make sure that those of us who have political power or influence do not interfere with the prudent management of the affairs of our country. You know, these are steps that, and by the way, I had a lot of difficulty persuading members of parliament to pass the conflict of interest bill, you know. But finally we had a candid conversation and we said, yes, there are sacrifices we need to make to get the country moving. So thank you very much. I don't want to give you a long lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I think this is the sort of lectures we like. So thank you. What we've taken there is KPC is not the climax. It's just that we are in the beginning of a robust pipeline of opportunities. The best way to build the future, to predict the future, is to build it yourself. Key takeaway for us there. Thank you, Your Excellency, for accepting to be in the panel and for the very authentic and insightful discussion that you've shared with us. Thank you, DG Kibet, for sharing with us the three things that are driving your operations at the National Treasury. And thank you, Rina, also for sharing with us, incidentally, also three things on the insights as far as the IPO went.
Nao atongoria kĩama-inĩ kĩa UDA kĩrĩa gĩtongoragio nĩ President William Ruto na kĩama kĩa ODM kĩrĩa gĩtongoragio nĩ Oburu Oginga nĩ magĩte gĩikaro kĩa hamwe muoroto-inĩ wa kũiga mĩario gũkinyanĩria mendekithia ma ũnyitanĩri wa ciama ici cierĩ. Atongoria maugĩte atĩ ũnyitanĩri wa kĩama kĩa ODM ũkoretwo ũrĩ na ũguni harĩ bũrũri wa Kenya, makiuga nĩ ũhotete kũrehe ũthii wa na mbere gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ. Akĩaria rĩu mũcemanio-inĩ wa atongoria matiganĩte kuma kĩama kĩa ODM na UDA nyũmba-inĩ ya mũcemanio KICC, ngenda tũthiĩ ĩmwe kwa ĩmwe KICC tũigue mũcemanio ũyũ ũkinyĩte ha.
The place of the Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission, they have concluded 143 cases, investigations. They have already obtained in the last 3 years 86 convictions, and because we have always been told convictions is a challenge, we have achieved 86 convictions, and especially we have enhanced their capacity to seize assets. We've already obtained assets of 9.8 billion, which have now come back to government, and we are pursuing assets worth 22 billion, assets that were obtained by corrupt means. And we say those assets must be surrendered to the government of Kenya. On the fourth item that I wanted to speak to is on the matter of debt. In fact, if you look at the 10-point agenda, there was a bullet, standalone, national debt. The national debt has been a very big challenge to Kenya. In fact, debt almost brought our country to its knees. You heard what Professor Kidure said, that in 2022, there were 6 countries that everybody believed in the world they were going to default on their foreign financial obligations. One of them was Kenya. And why was Kenya there? Because we had the highest, the largest Eurobond of $2 billion. And I remember my good friend John Buddy saying, I mean, this debt was there, everybody knew it was coming up, and nobody was doing something about it. You know, we were just waiting. And so the first thing when we came into office, we said we can't. This country cannot default because many people don't understand the consequences of a country defaulting on its foreign obligations. It just turns your economy into something else. Just look at what happened in one of our neighboring countries. I don't want to mention names. When they defaulted, their currency was devalued by 100%. Just imagine Kenya's currency moving from 120 to 240. Would we have a country left here? And you know, there were very many people who were persuaded that the Kenya currency was going to go to 200. In fact, I remember speaking to one of the bankers, who is no longer my friend, because he was among the people who, you know, imagined they were already piling up dollars because they imagined that when it gets to 200, they will make a killing. Unfortunately for them, they had to make losses because the 200 shilling dollar did not happen. So we had to intentionally deal with the debt. What have we done on matters to do with debt? Number one, we made sure that we did whatever it took. And I appreciate that I had to make some very difficult decisions for us to be able to escape that default. We had to cut down on spending by about 300 billion. We had to remove subsidies on unga. We had to remove subsidies on fuel. We had to eliminate, we had to stall some of our projects because we had to pull back from continuous borrowing. That's number one. Number two, we did not just avoid default. We now went into a plan on how do we reorganize our debt. How do we successfully negotiate our way? I can confidently, that's why we went to the market. We went to the market in February 2024. We went to the market in February 2025. We went to the market in October 2025. And we went to the market again this February. To do what? To do liability management. The debts that were due next year, we now have no debts due in 2027. We have a small debt due in 2028. Then we will go to 2037. We have reorganized our debt portfolio so that it doesn't threaten our fiscal sustainability. And I must thank John Mbadi and his team at Treasury. They have done a very commendable job. Muwapigie makofi. We have also engaged some of our lenders. I do not want to mention names. I have had to go and sit with some of the lenders and tell them, guys, some of these loans, the repayment is too steep for us. You know, some of the interest rates you are charging us are very high. And we have successfully managed to reduce some of the interest rates. We have managed to change some of the structure of the debt so that instead of too much upfront payment, we have managed to negotiate to make them concessional. And today, I can confidently tell the country that we have avoided situations that would put a lot of strain in our budget. And number three, we have also decided that we are going to be innovative. We are going to be creative in how we do public assets. It is no longer tenable for us to continue borrowing. That is why we have said we are not taking any borrowing resources unless it is.
Na tukigira ku ripoti nige ni ate ando 14 ni makuite na age 30 kugurara thutha wa mutino wa farafara uria uhanikite mwena wa Malaha farafara ya guthie Kitale ginyagia Webuye kiroko gya gukia umuthi kurigana na aria meyoneire mutino uyu maugite turere no iteire mwerekera na gukora muingi farafara-ini kuria ikorire ngari ige shuma farafara-ini mutino uyu kuruhanirie andu a boda boda aria mauma ku farafara-ini na ofarithi maugite mutino uyu wambiriirie thutha wa mutino wa nduthi igire kwamba kuria muingi kwamba kuhanika kuria muingi ukana kuria muingi wambirie guthie guthara aria makuruhanirio mutino-ini ucio indi turere no yokana yate mwerekera na gukora muingi uria ukwiroragira mutino uyu wa nduthi.
Kuna mtu aligongwa na pikipiki, alikuwa anavuka ngamba akienda nyumbani. Huyo wa pikipiki naye vile alianguka, kuna Nissan ilimpitia akamalizia. Alafu wakati tulikuwa watu wa kwao walikuja kwa wingi, walikuwa wanapiga nduru hapo akilia mtu wao, lakini trailer naye katoka huko ikalose control na ikamaliza watu, kagonga watu wote kwa mtaro.
Tulishangaa sana jana wakati ajali imefanyika, mapolisi wakapita wamepepa watu wa Chang'aa na wakapita tu wakaenda. Sasa tukashangaa wanakimbilia watu wa Chang'aa na kuna watu hapa wamesirai wenye walikuwa, kuna wengine hawakuwa wamekufa hapo na hapo. Sasa maaskari pia walimesababisha vifo ya watu hapa, maana walichelewa kukuja kuchukua hao watu.
Na hata mimi nilikuwa mmoja wao wa hao wafu, nilipona kifo. Naomba serikali ikuje tusaidie hii barabara ituwekee pampu.
Kutoka Lukulu kuna pampu moja tu. Hakuna saini yoyote ya kuonyesha driver slow down ama kuna nini mbele. Hapa kuna kona. Hakuna kitu imeindicate ati hapa kuna kona. Unapata mtu kwa mkuu, hata kari inatoka huko inakonga mtu.
Tugakira pore kuri aria matete endwa ao no matereba magena wigirereki farafara-ini na tugithie na mbere ni ati minister wa utungata wa muingi Geoffrey Ruku ni ahungitwo mahuri ni kamiti ya bunge cigimaini na ung'ethaniri wa muiyuro. Ruku augite honge cia mwanya cia thirikari ari ni hamwe na ruhonge rwa mutharaba mutune ni inyitanire niguo kung'ethanira na hathara iria itungite muingi uria uhutetio ni muiyuro hamwe na ng'aragu. Augite ati bururi uhutetio ni mathina meri manene ari ni muiyuro na ng'aragu.
Was it last week? So can you tell us how prepared you are on Red Cross, on other agencies? Because we expect as a country, we must put all the departments together and resources to make sure that you have taken care of the current emergencies. So the floor is yours. Give us your presentation.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and honored members of the committee. I wish to, from once, and to thank you for the opportunity to give an overview on the preparedness and mitigations measures in place, put in place by government through the Ministry for Special Programs. And we are in a very unique stage where we are addressing starvation and loss of livestock arising from the prolonged drought, as well as at the same time addressing the issues to do with floods in the country. Honorable Chairperson, before I make I dive deep in the statement of all of you, permit me to express my sincere sympathies to the family of the people who have lost their loved ones, and also those who have lost properties following the heavy downpour that caused floods in Nairobi and other parts of the country last week. Following the unfortunate incident, Honorable Chairperson, I convened an emergency multi-agency meeting the next morning. I actually called for that meeting at 1:43 a.m. in the morning. And we met in my office on Saturday, March 2026, that is 7th March 2026, at 8 a.m. so that we can be able to devise a coordinated national response to the disaster. Honorable Chairperson, I wish to assure Kenyans that the ministry remains on high alert in ensuring that we are not only responding to disasters.
Na tukiamba guikiria na ripoti yo nitugukorwo tugicokereria na ripoti ingi makiria.
Thegio muriri wa GTN TV neguthi na mbere na gutwirorera ungikorwo na kiuria wonie ona kana matata o mothe megemene tabarĩra citũ itikira gutwarĩra na njĩra ya kũhũra thimũ kana gutuma ndũmĩrĩri nguhĩ na WhatsApp message kũhetũkĩra thimũ namba 0742915151 kana utume email kũgerera gtntv@gmail.com no ucokerio rungu rwa mathaa 24. Oho ririkana gũtũrũmĩrĩra nenda-inĩ citũ cia ũkinyanĩria Facebook GTN TV Digital, TikTok GTN TV Digital na Instagram GTN TV Digital. Tũrĩre o harĩa hothe ũrĩ mathaa mothe kũgerera www.gtntv.co.ke. GTN TV muci wa yona trada.
Ino wigwete gumo jega egie Golden Wing Investment Limited. Ino ne dukane ne ekurikanire nyeri yothe ona fururi mogima wende-inĩ wa indo cia nyũmba kana wofici. Ne indo ta irĩkũ ni decors, electronics, furnitures, carpet, thimũ, laptops na ingĩ nyingĩ. Wĩũrathumbuka nĩ kũrĩa ũngĩruta thimũ njerũ ya bei ya mũhuko waku, thimũ ĩtangĩgũconora. Golden Wing Investment wamekusort. Marakwenderia thimũ mĩhĩrĩga yothe ta Samsung, Tecno, Vivo, Oppo, Redmi na ingĩ nyingĩ. Na ũhoro wa mwanya nĩ atĩ wĩna kuma ciringi 1,000 peke yake ũrĩ na thimũ njega kuma gũkũ kwa Golden Wing Investment, tondũ nĩ marĩ na thimũ cia lipa mdogo mdogo. Mahũa na mũgũkũ kwa Golden kwa wĩingĩ, metha cia coffee tables ndũngĩcietigithia, cia mambo ona cia icicio. Mĩgeka nayo rĩ nĩ kwa wĩingĩ, TV na woofers gũkũ no kwa wĩingĩ. Ũngĩenda indo ici na ingĩ nyingĩ macerere duka-inĩ nene Nyeri Town, nyũmba-inĩ ya Nyeri Shopping Complex hakuhĩ na Samrat Supermarket. Na kwa ũhoro makĩria ũrathimũ kũhetũkĩra 0724210609. Golden Wing Investment Limited, quality in every purchase.
Muturire wa mundu ni uri miambato na miikuruko, na nikio nie wa njira wa muthe
hamwe na nie DJ Tiazi kuma muthenya wa Wednesday nginya wa Friday.
Tafarira ni kwihiuria kuria muthenya wa Wednesday turi guthakagira mitukanio ya nyimbo.
Dunio hefunda yake halie kwenda anamio anatara igana na yote ya kwenda. Dunio hefunda yake halie kwenda anamio anatara igana mara mema.
Agwo muthenya wa Thursday tukaguthakira nyimbo iria ciarĩ cia hau kabere. Agwo muthenya wa Friday tugakurehera mugeni uria turigikoragwo tukihiuria na njira igwete. Ni tucemanie
Oyo mutorere ndorenda makuresha urenda kubango na kuguthofri
Ngatho cia mwanya mwiroreri wa GTN TV gakunyita ugeni orenge nigetha tuthi na mbere na mohoro maitu na tugithi na mbere ni ati aciari kuma thukuru-ini wa muthingi wa Karema kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga riu ni makaite iguru rigie guthukanga kwa irathi kuria makiuga arutwo makoretwo magitindikiririo guthomera irathi iria cire na ugwati maugite kwa miaka mingi irathi ici ikoretwo itare na dirisha na hamwe na wagi wa mai ma kuigana hamwe na thitima gatagati-ini ka mangi riu aciari aya makiuria mubunge George Kariuki hamwe na ruhonge rwa NGCDF kuingirira ndeto ino gutanathuka makiria.
Furo ni thiru nginya thingo cienye ni nguria ni cukuru ino itu ihana gukura piu riu turoria andu marendi mwega kana MP oke aturikirie at least cukuru itu na ihana ta cukuru iria ingi ithondeketwo na no tukene muno.
Rina thina muingi muno toro ciana citu igithambia irathi icio ni ikoretwo na thina tondu irathi icio ihana mugunda riu mahinda maria marathambia ciana icio ni cinuka ihana giko muno nguo uniform igacabuka muno na ni undu nginya wa mihurire tukoretwo na thina wa kugura uniform ihinda kwa ihinda.
No nyende ona mumbunge witu tumuhoe na gitio irathi ici cia Roa Block kwina thina muno wa mabati tondu mabati maria mekiriro no maria makire irathi ici koguo no tumuhoe oke aturinovate irathi ici ni tondu ciana ici cikaraga guku irathi icio ni ciana nini ni ciana ingirwario ni tondu wa ruhuho ruria rukoragwo kuo tondu na ndirisa ti njega riu tugakimuhoya na gitio kinene oke atuthondekere irathi icio atucenjerie mabati na atwikirire ndirisa na nigetha ciana citu rira cikarite kuu igaikara itekuigua heho. Ninge no tumwihoe ni tondu thitima itire iragikinya kuu hote uria angituteithiriria ni tondu ciana icio ikinyaga thukuru tene na mahinda mangi ni gugikoragwo na nduma mwana ucio ndehota kuona kiria arathoma.
Na rere mathogora ma maguta matanyitwo kwambatira kurumirira bara iria irathie na mbere bururi-ini wa Iran arene kuo maguta maumaga. Mubunge wa Kiharo Dede Nyoro ni arutete mukana mururu kuri ruhonge rwa kuramata maguta EPRA akiuga ruhonge ruru ruongagirira maguta na gikiro kinene riu akioria ruhonge ruru guthengia magoti maguta-ini. Dede Nyoro aretie maya hindi ya uhinguri wa cia Assistant County Commissioner are igogona riria ritaiganago ikinyio ni maofitha a wathani wa matura kuria Dede augete ihinda ni ikinyu githomo gia thukuru cia kuinukwo gikorwo gitari na marehi nayo bajeti ya mwaka uyu kuria muingi augete bajeti ya mwaka uyu no muhaka arutani a JSS 140,000 gukorwo makiandikwo wira wa gutura.
Akiaria hindi ya uingiri wa ofisi cia munini wa County Commissioner mwena wa Kahuro, mubunge wa Kiharo Dede Nyoro oretie ruhonge rwa IPRA guthengia igoti ria maguta niguo Kenya matigakorwo magitindikwo ni ngarama ya muturire kurumirira mathogora ma maguta.
So as Kenyans we do not expect IPRA waanze kuhadaa wa Kenya na kuongeza bei ya mafuta, kwa sababu bei ya mafuta ya from the month of March up to April ni mafuta ambayo ililetwa Kenya kabla bei ya mafuta globally ianze kupanda. Kwa hivyo ile ukora mnapanga ya kuongeza bei ya mafuta this week, tutaonana ya nyinyi.
Oho mubunge ni ugite ne gutigira githomo gia thekonda gitie marehi budget-ini ya mwaka uyu niguo ciana ciothe ciamukire mathomo kuria CDF irenga ciringi bilioni 10 thirikari nekarenga ciringi bilioni 10 niguo thaitira githomo. Ningi akiuga budget ya mwaka uyu ni gutigira arutani a JSS 44,000 na makorwo makiandikwo wira wa gutura.
And we want this period of budget making, tunataka tutoe bilioni 10 from CDF ambayo ni 30 million shillings from every constituency. Nao county equitable share, nao watoe bilioni 10. Nao serikali kuu waache zile renovation wanafanya ofisi kubwa kubwa, nao watoe bilioni 10. Kenya only needs an extra 30 billion shillings to make education and basic education free and totally free, including meals in school in our senior secondary schools.
Hĩndĩ ya ũhingũri wa wabici cia mũnini wa county commissioner arigongona rĩtaigana gwĩkinywo nĩ maabitha athani wa matũra na mekũhingĩte wabici tigakorwo ikĩhingũrwo, no mũingĩ wa hingũra wabici maita merĩ makĩenda mũmbunge wa Kĩaro Ndĩndĩ Nyoro ahingũre. Mũmbunge wa Kĩaro Ndĩndĩ Nyoro agakomithia arĩa matekwenda wabici ici ikorwo ikĩhingũrwo.
Ati kuna watu hapa wanasema ati hutakuja kufungua ofisi, ati hiyo sijui ni mande, ati kufungua ofisi ya chief ambayo tumejenga ama ya ACC ambayo tumejenga, ati unahitaji barua. Nikawaambia barua nahitaji ni moja, barua ya wadosi wa Kiharu.
Nendetwo ikomithĩtio nĩ atongoria matiganĩte makiuga wabici ici nĩ cia mũingĩ na mũndũ aruta wĩra ũrĩa ehokeirwo ithenya rĩa kũrũgamagia wĩra ũrĩa rĩkĩtie kũrutwo.
Wataona maneno hawajaona, bado hatujaanza hata warm up, hata hatujavaa viatu ya kwenda kwa uwanja na wameanza kutetemeka. Ati naenda kufungua darasa ya tile, ati wanatuma polisi. My friends, wacha kutumana jirete, tuonane na wewe mundu kumundu.
Handũ-inĩ ha GTN TV kuma kaunti-inĩ ya Murang'a, rĩtwa rĩakwa nĩ Amos Kamenyi.
Na riboti ĩgagĩtũkinyĩria mũthia wa mohoro maitũ ma thaa 7 hau mangĩ nĩ wona ciada thaa 1 na thaa 3. Ngũcokeria ngatho mwĩroreri wa GTN TV harĩa hothe ũrĩ nĩ ũndũ wa gwĩtĩkĩra gũikarania na ithuĩ, na ngakũririkania ũngĩenda kwaranĩria na ithuĩ no thiĩ harĩa mwena wa Facebook GTN TV Digital kana harĩa mwena wa YouTube GTN Digital TV, na ngakwendithĩria mũthenya mwega, mũthenya ũyũirwo nĩ irathimo. Niĩ njĩtagwo Rose Nduta.